Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the last time to the wonderful world of Disney. I am your host, Mr. Burke. And yes, today is our last lesson. I am so sad, but excited to finish off these beautiful songs that we've been working on. Today, we're doing Pocahontas measures 131 to the end. You'll notice the familiar melody of Colors of the Wind. That's why I've titled this lesson as Reprise, which means that melody comes back. So, today we're being today we're doing the reprise and playing some familiar melodies. However, there are a couple of things that I'll need to teach you about. First of all, here's your A. D. G. C alone. And E. Okay, so starting with first violin here. Well, actually, let me talk to all of you for just a second about what's going on uniquely in this part of music. So you notice at 131 it says suddenly slower. Tempo marking is 82. That's about 1, 2, 3, and 4, and okay. And then we have 3 measures later at 134, poco accelerando, which means a little bit faster. So throughout that measure we get faster, 2, 3, and 4, and then at 135 is where Colors of the Wind comes back, and we're all of a sudden broad and with emotion 90. Da 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 bum bum, right? This is the part where at the picture that I showed you today, where she's saying goodbye to Pocahontas, to John Smith, and her heart's so full of emotion, and we as the audience are crying our eyes out, right? And then we get to measure 143, excuse me, where retardando, da 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 dum bum, slowly and with rubato. Rubato means that we're robbing the tempo. We can take as slow kind of as we want. You as soloists in this performance will be able to do the tempo that you want at the end there. Okay? And then, of course, the last measure, when we're holding out that last note, we crescendo. Okay? So that's an idea of how this all fits in. As always, I like to play the first violin part, those who have the melody, so you can get context for what you're playing. Pluck along your part. I'll try to count beats. I'll try to call out measures as much as I can. Okay? So, but notice I will stop to give some advice. Here's 131. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 4, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, notice right there in measure 133 that you have 2 slurs and then 2 separated. Okay, 1, 2, and 3, and then separate. 4, and then we go on the next measure, poco accelerando. Ready, and. Now make sure that you're playing C naturals for here. I played that wrong before, by mistake. Okay, and then we go to 135. So this one, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Notice there we have a divide between top and bottom part. Bottom part would play this. Then 1, 2. Notice how you have like the same sort of pickup at the beginning of each of measures. Okay, that was the retardando, rubato. I really don't know how long I'm holding this. Then the last note I would watch for the conductor. If you know how to do vibrato, then try that out. especially with the last note. But if not, don't worry about that. That's fine. That's not something you're going to learn until second violin. Here's your part. At 131 with a measure before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Sorry, next page. I did something wrong with that. Did you notice? I forgot to do a down bow and the pickup to those measures. Okay, pick up to 143. 1, 2, 3. And then a fermata, hold that out, and then it's a piano. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick a side, a high or low, and so forth. Okay, that's second violin. All right, viola. Here's your part at 131. Don't forget to start with an up bow, everyone. I bet this is the number one thing that I would comment on. It starts with a rest, and then the next note is an up bow, right? All right, here's 131. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Tremolo. And then C. And then 1, 2, 3. Except without the tremolo. And so forth. All right, guys. That's your part. Now, cello, I don't know if you've ever had a tremolo before. This might be a new experience for you. Let's see, we have it right at 131. So we have this 2, 3, 4. Here at 139, you've got a good string crossing. This might sound like a choking furrow. Make sure that you're not rushing that quarter note. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it out, and then 1, 2, 3. And then you can play this as a dubstep. And so forth. Notice how we've seen that bracket before? That means that you play both of those notes. Cool? Alright, bass. Your part right here is not too different from the cellos, and yes, you do have the melody at the end, just like the violas and the cellos had. Sorry, the only time you have the melody is someone else has to share it with you. But here's your part, 131. 1, 2, ready, and 2, 3, 4, 2. Notice how you're going to do up bows. Across the street, neighbors. everyone. Thank you very much. As I said in the comments of the announcements, thank you very much for a magical year. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be returning to West Point next year, and I didn't know how I was going to say goodbye. I wanted to put something together, but you needed this lesson sooner rather than later. And so, if I don't see you later, then goodbye. If I do see you next week, I'll look forward to it, and we'll say goodbye then. But I want you guys to know that you are very smart and very talented and capable people. I've pushed you hard all year long, and I can see what you can do. And yes, I know what you're thinking. Half of you are like, well, I just hid in the crowd, maybe. That's kind of part of orchestra, right? We're here as a team to lift each other up, and we contribute where we can. Even if it seems others are more talented than you, please don't ever give up. I was never the most talented musician, but I was able to continue on because I loved it so much. And really that's what's most important, is your love for music and your respect for it. So I want you to know that you'll be great no matter what you do. And the teacher that you'll have next year will absolutely incredibly magnify your abilities. So please give her respect. Please listen to her and have a great next year. Before that, have a great summer. I will miss you guys a whole bunch.